Hello, this is David Shreeve, Algebra 2 instructor with Florida Virtual School. We're going to look at a binomial expansion using Pascal's triangle. Anytime I'm working on these binomial expansions, I really want to have my triangle written out up here. So I'm just going to start writing the triangle out, and you can get the triangle from the lesson. But what you'll notice is there's a pretty specific pattern here for the triangle. So you'll notice obviously 1 and 1 is 2, 1 and 2 is 3, 2 and 1 is 3. You'll see this pattern repeating. So remember, we're having 1s on the outer edges here. I'm going to go down to the 5th row. 4 plus 6 is 10, 6 plus 4 is 10, 4 plus 1 is 5. The way these rows are numbered is this top 1 is row 0. Then you have row 1, row 2, and so forth. Alright. I'm going to go through two examples here. The first example, I'm just going to use something where the variables in the binomial don't have any coefficients, and then we're going to do a more difficult example where we do have some coefficients. Alright, first thing I look at here is the exponent, which is 4. That means I'm going to use row 4 of my triangle. Now the triangle we are going to use for coefficients. Alright, all of the degree of each term is going to be 4, and we're going to count it down. I'll show you exactly how we count it down. First, I'm going to take this first coefficient here, write it outside, and then it's first term times the second term. But as far as our exponents go, they're all going to have a degree of 4. And you're going to start with the 4 on the first term. And we would need a 0 for the degree to be 4. 4 plus 0 is 4. And we're going to continue to count the exponent on this first term down, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And the exponents on the second term are going to be going up. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So next coefficient from the triangle is 4. Now this is going to be a cubed. And now the b was 0. It's going to go up to 1. Next coefficient is 6. So we're going to have 6a squared b squared. Notice still is a degree of 4 here. Coefficient of 4. Now we have a to the 1. And then b is going to be cubed. And the final coefficient of 1. The a is now to the 0. And the b is to the 4. Now we're just going to multiply everything out here to get our final answer. So remember, anything to the power of 0 is 1. So this is 1 times a4 times 1, which is just a to the 4th plus 4a cubed b plus 6a squared b squared plus 4ab cubed. And remember, the a is to the 0, so this is 1 times b4, or b to the power of 4, I should say. So that would be my final answer for that expansion on quantity of a and b to the power of 4. Now let's try one that's more difficult. We're going to add in some coefficients to these terms here, and we'll go ahead and let's make it to the power of 5. So we'll use this 5th row of the triangle over here to get our coefficients. So we're going to use 2s plus 3t, and that is a quantity, and the exponent is 5. So I'm going to use row 5 from the triangle. It's just write out that row, so I'll be able to look up here and get my coefficient. So remember, first coefficient, first term, remember that's going to be to the power 5 times second term to the power 0. Again, we're going to count these down exactly like we did in the example above. So for the term 2s, our exponent's going to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then for 3t, it's going to go up. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, it's important that we plug these in parentheses. In other words, the exponent does not only apply to the s, it applies to the entire product. So we need to make sure we remember to apply the exponent to the 2 and the s. In other words, this is 2s times 2s on and on 5 times. So 2 to the 5th times s to the 5th. Alright, next coefficient of 5. Now the 2s will be to the power of 4, and the 3t to the power of 1. Next coefficient is 10, and you can see we're actually going to get into some fairly large numbers here. So 2s is cubed, 3t is squared. Alright, again, coefficient of 10. And the 2s is now squared. 3t is, remember, it has to be a degree of 5. Alright, so we're still counting these up. Next coefficient is 5. So we're going to have 5, 2s to the power 1, and then the 3t to the power 4. I'm running out of room here. Last coefficient of 1, and then we're going to have 2s to the 0, and then 3t is to the power 5. Alright, now we're just going to basically, before I multiply everything out at the end, we're still following order of operations here. In other words, we still need to apply these exponents first, and then we'll kind of multiply everything out at the end. So what we end up here is 1 times, remember, anything to the power of 0 is 1, so this 3t product to the power of 0 is of course 1, and your 2s is to the 5th, so 2 to the 5th is 32, and then the 3t, as I said, is 1. Alright. Still following order of operations here. 2 to the 4th is 16, so we have 16s to the 4th, and then 3t is just to the power of 1. And 2 cubed is 8, so we're going to have 8s cubed. 3 squared is 9. 2 squared is just 4. I have 4s squared. 3 cubed is 27. 2s here is to the power 1. That's just 2s. And now 3 to the 4th is 81. So I have 81 t to the 4th. And then here at the end, just simplifying this. I know I'm running out of room here a bit. 2s to the power 0 is 1. Now 3 to the 5th is 243. Okay. Now I'm just multiplying everything out. So my final answer for the expansion on this one, 32s to the 5th. Then we have 5 times 16 times 3. Remember, these variables and exponents are going to remain the same. So 5 times 16 times 3. All right, that equals 240. Remember, it's s to the fourth. T is just to the power 1. Same process. 10 times 8 is 80, times 9 is 720. 10 times, well, let's do 10 times 27 is 270, times 4 is 1080, s squared t cubed. 5 times 2 is 10, times 81 is 810. St to the fourth plus 243 t to the fifth, because it's just 1 times 1 times 243, so 243 t to the fifth. Now, one thing that I do want to make sure I'm noticing here, degree here is 5, degree here is 4 plus 1, which is 5, 3 plus 2, which is 5. Just make sure that we do have a degree of 5 for each term as we finish up there. Alright, I hope this helps.